Hey everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, your SMEA president. Welcome to the last student day of the school year. By the time this video gets pushed out, your kids have gone home and their year is over and you have one more work day to go. Most of you have one more work day to go tomorrow, and it's basically the end of the year. So congratulations, you made it through another school year, you got that under your belt, you have all these experiences and all the things that go along with that. So congratulations. I know it's been a challenging year for a lot of us, and these are really just challenging times in public education where there's a lot of demands on our day. You know, our school day doesn't get longer, but the things that we need to do within that day seem to just grow and grow and grow. And so these are very challenging times, and I really encourage you all to work together to try and do the best that you can on a day-to-day. I really want to thank those teachers out there who allowed me to come into your classroom and be your sub while you were out. It was a really great experience for me for this year. I'm really glad I made the decision to add that. It's given me an opportunity to really see some just amazing things that some of you are doing out there. Things in your classrooms that as a teacher I just could never have done. But to actually see it in practice and to kind of walk in somebody else's shoes, not just to do an observation for an hour or 20 minutes, but to actually be you for a few hours really gave me a much better perspective on how different types of setups and different types of classroom designs are doable, and it's things that I could even do, and maybe it's things that I thought in the past were just like outside of my ability or just were not in my lane, but I have a whole new kind of perspective on that. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come into your classrooms and spend some time with your students and to be you for a few hours. All right, hey, thanks a lot. So like I said, challenging times. You know, gone are the days when I could just be an isolated teacher in my own space. You know, I have my curriculum and I have my students and I'm doing good work, and I wasn't really impacted by what was going on around me. But, you know, those days are gone. We are so now all interconnected, right? Whether it's, you know, the classroom teacher or it's interventions and it's counselors and it's special education services or outreach counselor services, band and PE, and there's just all these things going on with all of us. And it's not just elementary, right? Junior highs too. You know, gone are the days when you can just be that math teacher at the end of the building or that English teacher, you know, down by the cafeteria, and you kind of had your periods of the day that you taught, and you really weren't impacted by the rest of the world. But even you all are feeling the impact of this more integrated educational process that we are all growing into. And so with that integration comes the realization that, well, not only are we interdependent of each other, but what you do, because what you do affects me, I want to know more about what you do. And I think maybe you want to know more about what I do. You know, maybe, you know, folks want to come in and find out, well, what's my third grade classroom like? The intervention teacher might want to come in and find out, well, what's my third grade classroom day like? Because it impacts her ability or his ability to do their job when my kids are being pulled out and going to them for intervention. And so because we have this interdependence, and we're sharing the same students, it makes sense that we understand what's going on with each other. And I got to tell you, it really hurt my heart this year because I've dealt with more than ever in the past issues between members, and a lot of it stems from folks either not understanding what each other does or not having had real open, honest conversations about how what one educator does affects the others. And it's extremely unfortunate because it creates this tension at our sites and it creates discourse amongst us. And every one of these instances that has occurred, I haven't seen a principal or a vice principal stepping in to try and resolve this. And it's their site. You work for those folks. They are managing you. They are supposed to be your coaches and your leaders, but yet I don't see them stepping up when it comes to these interpersonal / professional interactions that are causing folks to wonder about what's happening within their educational community. So that leaves it up to us, right? Best person to solve a problem is a teacher, right? And so that leaves it up to us. So how do we deal with that? Well, I got to tell you, the honest truth is we need to talk to each other. If I'm not sure what's going on over there, I need to go talk to those folks. if I'm not sure why the changes in a program are occurring, because I do know that it's impacting my ability to do my job every day in my classroom or in my programs, then I need to go find out what's happening. I need to be able to talk, and I need to be able to be bold. Not wishy-washy, not soft-footed, but really to stand there or sit there and have that conversation with that person or persons to find out, how can we work together to make sure that our students are getting everything that they can possibly receive, that they're getting the best possible education that we can provide, and that we are working collaboratively, we're working together to make it happen. And we need to do that. But it also means that we need to be willing to listen. Listen to what the other person is saying. Listen to how what I am doing is impacting them. What can I do to make things better for our students and the folks that are interconnected with me? And then asking them to do the same for me. This is something we need to do together. This is not a SMEA issue. This is not a district issue. This is an us as educators issue. And if management's not going to, approach this issue, if they're not going to handle this, if they're not going to work with you, if they're not going to try and do collaborative or interest-based problem solving, if they're not going to try to do interpersonal discussions, if they're not going to try to do workplace cohesiveness exercises, then we as the educators need to step up and take on that role. So if I'm not sure what's happening every day with that intervention teacher, I'm going to go talk to them. Find out, hey, what's your day like? Here's what I'm noticing. Here's how it's impacting me and what I'm doing. How can I help you so that the disruption to my workspace is lessened and the ability for you to be as successful as possible increases? If I'm not sure what that counselor is doing, or if I don't really know what the role of a psychologist is, or if it doesn't make sense to me the services that are provided if my speech teacher goes on leave, then I need to be talking to folks and finding out, well, how does all that interact with me? What's going on? And how can we work together to make things better? And sometimes just understanding the other person's role and understanding what their constraints are within the work that they're doing helps to go a long way in us being able to better appreciate and understand the other folks that are within our educational community. Because that's really we are now, right? We're no longer an educator, we are an educational community, and we work together to solve problems, and we work together to make things better for our students. And so I'm asking that of you all. If you've had some of these issues or concerns this year, whether they have been brought up or not, whether they're just inside of you or it's come out in some other way, this is an opportunity for us to really step up, take ownership of those concerns, and then have those bold, difficult conversations with our coworkers so that we can all move together as a team of educators doing what needs to be done to educate the children of the Santa Maria Valley. All right. So with that said, I want you all to enjoy your summer, enjoy your time off. If you're going to go out and do PDE, if you're going to go on vacation, if you're just going to sit home and stare at a wall, you do what you got to do, but you make the most of it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great summer, and I will see you all in August.